Hello people, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about goals and objectives because especially that it's a new year, new me. We all have, or at least most people think about goals and objectives, New Year's resolutions. And to be honest with you, most of them don't work and they don't play out. And the reason why is because when you create a goal and an objective, it's not measurable. It's not obtainable, it's not specific, it's not realistic, and it's not time oriented. So we're going to talk about creating a goal and an objective and how to do that, because as a music therapist, I do it all the time. And that's something that should be said. I personally hate New Year's resolutions. I think that it's dumb that at the beginning of the year you start something new. You might as well just start when you want to, you know? You don't need the beginning of the month. You don't need the beginning of the year. You don't need any specific date to tell you when to do a goal or when to start something new. For example, my goal, and it's a general goal, is to exercise, get up early and exercise. And this has been going on for like 2 months now. You know, I could have waited. I could have waited until next year or 2021 to put this plan in motion, but no, why wait? I might as well just start it when I wanted to start it. You know, get what I'm saying? So anyway, I am reading from Live Strong because we're going to use exercise as an example. That's usually what a lot of people say for their New Year's resolution. I want to exercise more. I want to get in shape. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to go to the gym, you know, like we've heard it all. And the thing is that, like, I want to exercise or I'm going to exercise. That's nothing. Like, that has no substance. And that's why a lot of times goals and objectives do not follow through. So you need to think about something that's a little bit more substantial. So you can put, I want to improve my fitness, or I want to get in the habit of improving my fitness, get in the habit of going to the gym, you know, going to the gym after work, going to the gym before work. I want to join a new gym and take classes. You know, these are all general goals, okay? And if one of my clients wanted to improve their overall fitness, like that would be their goal, right? As a therapist, I would take that goal and I would break it down into smaller components or objectives. So I'm going to copy one from the Live Strong website, but you can kind of follow through and sort of fill in the blank. Creating a goal and an objective is not difficult, but it does take practice, especially when you're applying it to yourself. It's much easier to do it with somebody else. So according to the Live Strong website, it says here that if the goal would be to improve overall fitness, you have to be specific. You will improve your overall fitness so you can finish a 5K. Then you have to include the measurable component. So by exercising 40 to 60% of your HRR. This is just an example. Then you need to make sure it's action-oriented, they say. So 30 minutes, 5 days a week, realistic. So then they put here, keep up with your 8-year-old daughter, and then time-bound. 5K walk registration is 60 days from now. So like this is kind of a basic component, but you can really follow it for like anything. So like, oh, I want to read more, okay? Like there's kind of nothing to that goal, right? So you would think like, oh, I want to read more books, or I want to listen to more audio books, okay? So like there you go, that's your goal. And then you have to be specific. Like I want to read Russian literature, or I want to read War and Peace, 5 pages every night at 8 p.m. for a month, 30 days. So that's like really consistent. And then they even said to put in like why it's relevant, or like your reason why. So I don't know, maybe I like Russian literature. So like my reason why do I want to read War and Peace? Because I really like Tolstoy, and I think that it's a major theme. You know, it's a major book. They made a movie out of it. I want to watch the movie. And well, it's my leisure, and I don't really have many leisure activities, so I want to incorporate a new one. So that's kind of what you would do. You would think of a general goal. It can't be too general. It has to have some substance to it. But like a general goal of, I want to improve my cardiovascular health, and then you specify exactly what you're going to do to improve your cardiovascular health. You're going to do HIIT training for 10 minutes on the treadmill 5 days a week, you know, for a month. Or, you know, I want to eat healthier, or I want to choose that eat healthier. That wouldn't really be one. So you would put, I want to choose healthier food options. How are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to go to the grocery store every Sunday at 9 a.m. and buy fresh produce full of 5 vegetables, 5 fruits, and cook dinner for the week at 6 p.m. You know, like, so making like time stamps and being very, very specific, that helps create an objective, and it helps make you accountable, and it helps make it more measurable. You know, like if we take the fitness example, you know, I'm going to run on the treadmill, do HIIT cardio for 10 minutes, 5 days a week for 30 days. Well, like at the end of the week, you can actually track like, oh, I only did HIIT for 4 days, so I didn't meet my goal, you know? I didn't meet my objective. Or I only can really do, you know, 5 minutes of HIIT cardio because like I'm not really in shape. So then, okay, you can adjust the goal at the end of the week to make it more realistic, so that way the next week you can actually meet it. But that's what you have to do. And like, you will not believe how many times I tell people this when they want to create a goal and stick with it, and then I say, oh, well, this is what I do. And then they'll always be like, oh, well, I'm not your client, you know? And then it's true. Like, you're not a client, but in this moment, thinking of a goal, trying to improve yourself, you are a client, okay? What we used to do, and I thought that this was really helpful, taking it to the next level. So you can check off, like if you have the goal or the objective is to do the task for 5 days out of the week for like 10 minutes, you can cross off like 5, you know, how many days. Oh, I did it for 5 days, or oh, I did it for 6 days, you know? And then call it a day each week. That might be easier. But what we used to do at one of my facilities, which I really liked, was we'd track it for the whole month. And what happened was you had to meet the objective 80% out of the month in order for it to be like a check. And then you can move on to the next objective. And that's something too. You might want to do that like each month, you know, think of a basic objective and then either adjust it so it's realistic, or you can take that objective and then adapt it, or like make it longer, you know, make that HIIT cardio instead of 10 minutes, go for 15 in February, still 5 days a week for, you know, 28 days, because there's only 28 days in the month of February. But anyway, but that will keep you much more reliable, keep you much more accountable, and it's much easier to track. Because like if you come up with a goal or a resolution of being fit, exercising more, it's very broad. You can't necessarily track it. And like, does going to the gym, does that make you fit? Not necessarily, because you can sit at the tables at the gym. You know, you can do the massage table at the gym, and that's not really making you fit, right? Or another time, you know, one day you can go for a hike, go for a walk, go bike riding. Does that make you fit? Yes, but is that realistic? Can you do that like when you're not working? Not necessarily. So like that's what I mean. You really need to figure out your goal and then break it down into objectives. For me, my long-term goal is to wake up at 6:45 and do 30 minutes of yoga every morning, 7 days a week. But that's not gonna happen right now because I'm not a morning person. So I have to start out small. Oh, I'm going to wake up at 7:30 and do 5 minutes of yoga 5 days a week. And that was my goal in November, you know? And then I improved it. Oh, I'm going to wake up at 7 and do 10 minutes of yoga 5 days a week, you know? So like, that's what I mean. You have to kind of track it that way. It will help in the long run, definitely. And I know sometimes it seems silly, but it is not silly, because who hurts, you know? If you don't create a goal and an objective accordingly for your life or for something that means something to you, who's gonna benefit and who's gonna not benefit? It's gonna be you know? So that's why I suggest breaking it down this way. It's proven to work. We learn how to do it in school for a reason. You might as well apply it to your personal life. So yes. Long story short, which I think I've talked about briefly, I don't really like New Year's resolutions. I think that they're dumb, and I actually I have been avoiding going to the gym, but this gives me more of an excuse to avoid going to the gym, because, you know, all the people are going to be at the gym, and I don't know if I can take it. I never can take it. I have very low tolerance for the people. It's so terrible. I have such low tolerance for the people who like come into Planet Fitness like first, like, and then they like stick it out for like a week and then they're done. It's like, clearly you didn't watch my video, because you would have been sticking with it. But anyway, usually the hype of the resolutions do die down in March. So if you can last like the end of March with your New Year's resolution, like, you're golden, because now you're starting to develop a habit, and that's what we want. I want to wake up early. I want that to be a habit, you know? So if I can stick it out for a long time, then it becomes a habit. And that's the goal, is for these long-term goals to become habits and work their way into our lives, so then we can improve each year moving forward. You do not need the first of the month to start a new goal. You do not need the first of the year to start a new goal. Whenever you want to do something new, or whenever you want to improve your life in some way, shape, or form, just do it. Break it down into objectives and just get started. It doesn't even have to be a Sunday or a Monday. You know, you can start it on a Wednesday or a Friday. The whole point is that you start, because starting is the hardest part. Starting, then sticking with it is really hard, but then once you stick with it for like 2 months, which like that goes by instantly, you know, you just have to do it for 60 days, and then you're going to start to transition into the, oh, this is becoming a habit, and then before you know it, 6 months goes by, and now, fingers crossed, I will not be able to sleep in past 8, you know? So that's what we're going for here. Anyway, I hope I helped, and I wish you all the best of luck with your journey, and I hope it's a successful journey, and I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see you, because I have lots of ideas. Oh! Talk to you guys later. Bye!